All right, so for the next assignment that we have, it's the VLANs and inter VLAN routing. This one was pretty difficult, but I had to look up a few answers to get through it, but eventually did. So what we have here, starting with the devices that we're using, we have 4 PCs, we have a switch, and a router. And on the router, what we're going to do is install a 1C router card on the far right slot. And then we're going to connect them with copper straight through cables. One thing to note, access ports connect PCs and handle traffic for like one VLAN. And then trunk ports connect switches and routers to carry traffic for multiple VLANs. And that's why we put in the router card. Okay, moving on. So, first step that we're going to do in here is set up our sales PCs and our accounting PCs. So, with the instructions, just the first one, what we're going to do is pull this up. Then we're going to go to desktop, then IP configuration. Once you're in the IP configuration, you just follow the instructions for what we're supposed to enter in here. And then you're going to do that for PC1, the sales PC1, sales PC2, and then it's going to be different for accounting and PC and the two accounting computers. And then once you get that set up, the next step is to create the VLAN and configure access ports on the switch. And so how you do that, you just click on this, you go into the command line, and then from there, you just follow the instructions on the list. And this is kind of where I messed up a little bit on there, but it was just, I think I just typed in something wrong and couldn't find what I typed in wrong. And then the fourth step. Fourth step that we're going to do is configure the router for the inter VLAN communication. Right here, and how you do that, it's kind of the same way you set up the switch. You just click on that. Maybe. Oh. Click on the router, and you open the command line. And once you have the command line open, then you follow the instructions to configure the router for inter VLAN communication. And then once you get through those steps, the next step that we're going to do is configure the trunk port on the switch. So we're going to head back into the switch and then back in the command line. And then from there, following the instructions to set up the gigabit Ethernet on the switch. And then once that's done, then you're going to test the connectivity between the two computers. And then we'll do that here. So the first one, and then we'll open up command prompt. I did it once already, but we'll do it again just to see firsthand. 192.168.10.3. Perfect. Okay. And then now you can see that computer is communicating. And then you're going to do the same thing over here with the accounting PCs. Command ping 192.168.20.2. Cool. And there we go. Those are communicating. And that is how you do that there. And then one important thing about step 4, I also kind of messed up in that. Through the research that I did to get it correct, I did find that without step 4, the routers wouldn't be able to communicate. so like the different devices wouldn't be able to communicate on the VLANs if we didn't do step 4, because what it does, the router acts as a middleman is what it's doing. So questions that I have to answer on here are, let me see. Okay, cool. The questions that we have here are the devices used in this lab. It's the router, the switch, and the 4 PCs. And then, why would you want a VLAN in your network? VLANs are just used to segment a physical network into multiple networks, where the scalability is a lot easier, and then also the security that comes behind it as well, that comes with it. And then the next question, the difference between an access port and a trunk port. So an access port, what you're only able to talk on that specific VLAN network. And then when you have a trunk port, you're able to talk to multiple instead of just one. So that's what the difference between those two are. And then the purpose of a sub interface on a router. That one, so I had to look that one up. I didn't know that answer right off the bat. But what I got for that one, it's like a virtual interface to handle multiple VLANs. So yeah, I had to look that one up to get the answer for that. But other than that, this was a challenging assignment. It was fun. Kind of took a little while to do it, but got it done.